Hello, this is Arlene White Swan. Welcome to the mysterious domain. Hello, someone suggested that I do a flip through of the deck. I did an unboxing video, which you can find on my channel. Someone said they couldn't really see the cards in the unboxing, and so I figured I would do the flip through. The thing about it, though, of course, is that all the cards are backwards in the camera. So if you just imagine they're flipped the other way, facing the other way, then you'll have a better idea of what they look like. And as you can also see, I am not the most skilled camera person, and I try to do an overhead shot, and I have my limitations with this stuff, and hopefully I'll get better at it. Bear with me. So I'm just flipping through the deck so you can see it. This is the deluxe linen deck of the Tua de Danann Tarot deck, Arthurian Legacy. Originally, this deck was called Tarot of the Holy Grail, which I think is a better title for it, but I actually had two professional marketers tell me that that was a terrible title and I should never use it. And one of them was A.G. Mueller in Switzerland, who was interested. I almost got published with them, and they wanted to call it White Swan Tarot. The person who talked me into doing the Kickstarter in 2020, was it 2020? Yeah. She thought Tarot of the Holy Grail was a terrible title, would never work, and she came up with Medieval Gothic Tarot, which to me never worked. And then I did on Kickstarter, I did a poll, and I asked people to vote on the title that they liked, because I had to change it for the Kickstarter. And most people voted for Tua de Danann Tarot. And the way that the Tua de Danann is connected to this tarot deck, of course, I've done a video about that too, and the Arthurian legend, is that they are the underground stream, I guess you could call it, of Celtic mythology, but also, people forget that a lot of the Arthurian legend, the Arthurian romances, were originally written in France, and there's a strong Celtic component in France as well. The Tristan and Isolde story, I believe it certainly has the flavor of the Celtic influence in France. And certainly a lot of the chivalric material is French, but when you're bringing in the fairies and the Lady of the Lake and all of that, that has a very Celtic feeling to it as well. The Tua de Danann that came to me were not confined to Ireland, I guess is what I would say, even though in the current environment of magic, or what you might call Celtic fairy, they are of Ireland, and they are of Ireland, but they're more than that, because the Tua de Danann traveled. They were nomads as far as I'm concerned, and left their mark all over, for instance, the Danube River, and they left their mark all over Europe. So that's how that kind of fits together. And when I actually saw them, when they came to me, because they have a French heritage, I have actually French and Irish heritage, but predominantly French. And when they appeared to me, because the fairies will appear to you in whatever guise they feel that you expect to see them in. And for me, they showed up in the clothing of the French courts during the time of Eleanor of Aquitaine and Henry II. And these were silks and patterns and very flowing and very beautiful, opulent robes, which were influenced by the Crusades, by the, There's a long story about a French monarchy in the Holy Land that a lot of people don't know about, I guess. Maybe Americans don't know about it. That there was a time, and Henry II, I believe, was the last French king of Jerusalem. So there was a Middle Eastern flavor in the fashions of the French court because of this. And this is partly why, Richard the Lionheart, who was Eleanor of Aquitaine's son, was in the Crusades in the Holy Lands. It all fits together when you know the history and the puzzles. It all comes together. So that's all in the tarot deck as well. Just is all those influences of the Crusades, and the Holy Grail quest has a lot to do with the Crusades. And that was written in France by Chrétien de Troyes for the courts of love of Marie de France and Eleanor of Aquitaine. And so it all showed up to me in that form. It's kind of an aside, but it kind of shows you how these things work. Originally, when I had first encountered otherworldly beings in this kind of really visceral, three-dimensional almost way, I don't suppose it could be three-dimensional, but when they showed up, originally they were coming out of the trees and over the roots of the trees to my windows and looked like small Amazonian Indians with bows and arrows. And they were very much of the earth. And they were looking at me through the window. And then it was, I think the next day or next couple of days was when the Holy Grail came into my house in the Grail procession, and they were all dressed in the robes of the French courts of the Eleanor of Aquitaine's court. So, whether those were the same beings or not, because I've had a lot of paranormal experiences and encounters with spirits and beings in my life. So whether they were the same ones or not, I wonder about it sometimes. They knew I was receptive. And it was a good way to appeal to me as well, because it was sort of appealed to my artistic sense to get me to start working on the tarot deck. Anyway, I guess that was worth 2 flip-throughs. I hope this is helping you see the deck. The link to purchase the luxury linen tarot or the basic tarot deck, which is a standard size with gilded edges, and it's smaller. The luxury linen deck is quite large, and that's the one you see in the video, and that's quite a bit more expensive than the smaller standard size tarot deck, which, like I said, has the benefit of the gilded edges. There's the free PDF you can get by contacting me, links below, and also the guidebook on Amazon and Kindle and paperback, and also on lulu.com. So there's lots of options for you if you're interested in the deck. And, it's really fun and easy to read with, and I really hope you enjoy it. So, yeah, if you get it, let me know, and let me know how it's helping your readings and stuff. But also, if you would like, share, and subscribe with this video, that would be awesome, because as you've probably been told 100 times, it helps with the algorithm, and it helps to build the channel when you comment. And I actually really like your comments and stuff. It's so fun to see who shows up over here and what you think, and you give me good suggestions, like to make a flip through video, and I'm happy to do that for everybody, because I really appreciate you all, and I really hope that you have a wonderful time with your tarots and your readings. And I'm still working on how I'm going to do readings on the channel. My sister told me I was being a little too stern in the love readings. I don't want to be that way. Sensitive people would feel terrible because I was a bit, well, it's because I've done thousands of readings and I know the pitfalls of life. I've seen things go so wrong with people if they don't get a firm warning about a situation they're in. So that's what that's about. I'll try again this month, and hopefully I'll see you there. Take care. Bye-bye.